We are back in Alfred's playroom and bedroom. And as you can hear, my voice is kind of cracking up. I have a cough that's been doing this to my voice. So I'm going to let Carl do the talking, actually.
So Christina has some sort of a cold. If I had had the cold, it would be a man cold. What would it be now? Do you have a name for it?
It's a female cold.
Yeah, it's a female cold. In any case, we are doing what?
Well, first of all, you and Gustav did all the plastering, sanding last week.
Yes.
I thought I was going to paint. I couldn't do that because there was still so much prep to be doing. Hate prep, by the way.
Yeah.
Prep
is the worst.
Yes.
It's probably the best, but it feels like the worst.
It feels like the worst.
Because you never get to the point where you can just start painting. You need to sand, you need to wipe everything down.
Oh, I hate that.
Vacuum.
Yeah.
And so on. But now, finally, we have started to paint. So we've done the walls. We're going to do the windows, a window trim. We're going to do the shelves, obviously. We're going to do the bed. We're going to do the ceiling.
A lot of going to.
We're going to do a lot. Before we do the ceiling, though, we are going to mount some lights. Because this ceiling is lowered by a significant amount. And some of you have been asking, why is the room so small in a huge mansion and so on? This is not an original room by any stretch of the imagination. This is a remnant of when this place was a hotel and they desperately needed more rooms. So they divided up one bigger salon into like a bar storage and smaller bedrooms. And this is one of them. So this will work perfectly for Alfred's purposes for the next 4 years or so. And then whenever he's done with it and moving up or into some other larger room, we can tear this all down and make it into that original room and salon again. But before we do that, though, we can utilize the fact that they have, for some strange reason, lowered the ceiling. Maybe it's to accommodate ventilation or sewage or whatever from the level above us. This is level 2 of 3. Might be the case. In any case, we do have, 50 or 60 centimeters of additional space overhead. So we're going to pull some wires for some LEDs that we're putting up. So the plan in terms of colors is that we do have the base coat, we can call it, on the wall, which is sort of a neutral pearly beige thingy.
It's a tad lighter than the color that we had here in before.
Yes.
But very similar.
Still that same scale of color. Okay. And then for the shelves, we're going to dip that in our maroonish, reddish, brownish.
The library color that we love so much.
Yes. And for the ceiling, we're going for a yellow.
Yes.
We've tried that now successfully so in the study. We call it the Winnie the Pooh yellow. Is this the exact same?
Nope.
Nope. It's a new one.
Yeah.
So it's not Winnie the Pooh.
No.
It's some other Pooh Bear who likes yellow.
It's a lighter version of him.
Yes. But it's cute.
It's very cute. And we're going... Okay, we're going with the blue on the bed.
Yes.
A very nice blue.
And we're going to wallpaper the inside of the bed. Yes. With some scrap.
Are we doing all this today?
Today's Saturday.
It's lunchtime.
Tomorrow's Sunday, and you're going to be watching this tomorrow on Sunday.
Are we doing like a midnight shift or?
That would be on brand for being us. Christina has a cold. That should be factored in.
We have a baby.
We have a 2-month-old baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think normal people would do none of this.
Yeah, they would have a coffee.
And they certainly would not be filming it for a YouTube channel.
Oh, no. Okay, I think we need to get going.
Yes, we do. See you soon. one more thing. If you guys are interested in the colors that we're using, we typically do color guides for the projects that we do because we get a ton of questions. And for our own purposes, we want to sort of gather up all the colors that we're using for various projects. And we have a color guide on the study and the library with all of the colors and codes and whatnot. And you can buy those on our Patreon site. Or if you are a Patreon member, you can get those for free as well, depending on the tier. And we're going to do, of course, a color guide on this project and Isabella's room whenever that's finished as well. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so we've made a template of the cutout that we need to do in the ceiling. And then we've taken out the center point of that. And I can find that through the paper. But the question is, once you've found that, which way does it go? Now we have our line. I made some origami hats. I can just put this in. And that'll give me a 90-degree speed square, hopefully. So I find the point, and so now I know that this is square. So I can pull out my origami thingy and I can just trace this with a pen. Hi guys, we're back at the lumberyard. I've gotten some stuff for the ladder for Alfred's room, and I also found a wooden rod that we can make into the ladder, and I think it should be the right dimensions, something like so. And then we want to make sure that you don't get stuck with your hands or your feet as you're climbing up and down. So maybe we'll just adjust it so that it's a bit further out from the wall side of it instead of just being smack in the middle. But we can sort that out once we get back home. All right, so it's construction time. I have marked out where these steps should go. This is the wooden rod. I'm going to cut these to length, yay wide, I guess. And I will drill into the side boards with this hole saw, a few mils, so that this could rest into those holes. And we'll plug it with some wood glue and some screws. So that'll make it nice and sturdy. And this should be nice and sturdy for Alfred and his pirate friends to climb up and down 14 times a day, hopefully. So we'll see. So there you have it. One ladder done, ready to be bolted to the bed. I wonder how Christina's coming along. I know she has a cold, but she's persistent in painting anyway. God bless that woman. Let's go check out how she's doing.
And we finally have some paint going up. I've been painting up here in the den area. It's the blue, even also on the inside and on the outside. And then of course, we're gonna wallpaper in here, and we put the first coat onto the desk area, and that looks so good, Carl.
It's a nice color.
It is a nice color. It's very homey. I think he's gonna like it there.
And it's always fun to put the first blocks of color up. Because now you see the blue part of it, which is the bed. You see the maroon, red, brownish thingy, which is the desk area. With the cabinetry and the shelving and the desk. And you can block everything in with the colors. It really pops. So essentially now what we're doing is we got the first coat of paint on to the desk area. Whenever you do that, the fibers in the wood rise up. So it's not really that smooth to the touch anymore. So you have to take, we typically take 400 or 240 grit paper, and you lightly sand it down again so that it becomes smooth before you go ahead with the second coat.
And hopefully we just need a second coat, and then we're done.
I think so, yeah.
And if we turn to the left, you've done something here. Ta-da!
It's a ladder.
It's a ladder. Like that. I know that it was a tight fit, right? Pretty snug to fit it.
It was pretty snug.
But we managed.
But it looks looks good. It's tried and tested by both Alfred and Isabella for sturdiness. Seems to be working.
It seems to be working. And
You actually tried it yesterday.
I did. And I was up there painting. And we have another tip, since we have a smaller child, and when he grows up, we don't want him to be able to climb the ladder too early and fall down. So that's why we have raised the first bar with 60 centimeters. So that's a smart trick for safety. And you've also made the holes for the lights that I had to clean up the mess.
Yeah, you cleaned up my mess. Sorry about that. I mean, it's drywall, so it will be a bit dusty when you cut into it.
Yeah.
But we have those fixed. And what was funny is that, like we mentioned previously, the original ceiling is like 40 or 50 centimeters up from this one. And typically, but historically in this house, whenever we've done renovations where the ceiling has been lowered and it's a more modern ceiling, we've found interesting stuff. We have a lot of coffered ceilings and decorative ceilings in this house. And this room was no exception.
Really?
Because we actually found some decorative paint. And it's beautiful. Looks like a bluish thingy, organic, flowery.
Okay, so that kind of, I mean, we said that this has been like a salon before. So it kind of...
Yeah, it matches the description.
Yeah.
And what's funny about that is eventually when we pull all of this down, we can scrape it and see what the original wall layout of this room would have been.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've done that before. You can just scrape off the new layers of white or whatever it was.
Okay, but that's like for, in a few years' time, we can do that treasure hunt.
Exactly.
So we're saving that for later.
And we can trace off the small piece of pattern that we uncovered now.
Nice. What color was it?
Bluish. Funnily enough.
Ooh, could we use the color pin and see if we can get out the color so we can save that for later?
Maybe. Yeah, we can try.
Try that.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the plan?
Well, first of all, I need to find where you found the painting. Where is it?
It's to your right. Yes.
Okay, I can see it. But I can also see that it's just this tiny, tiny little bit.
You want a flashlight? Flashlight.
Thank you. Okay, we definitely need to show you pictures of this. It feels like it's the same color as this, which is kind of funny.
Do you want to try filming it?
Okay. Come on in. There it is. Kind of nice. So it's like a flower thingy. And you can see that the blue is really, really nice color. Let's see if I can find the exact coat for that.
So for those wondering, what's that thing you're using?
This is a color pen. You use that to find the right color code for paint. And there's an app, and there's a thingy. And I'm going to hold this to the blue, and then I'm going to scan it and hopefully get the right code. And I use this for work all the time.
Is that a comfortable working position?
Oh yeah, definitely.
You look comfortable.
I am very comfortable.
Want to hear some jazz music in the background to sort of soothe things down?
Oh, that would be lovely. Please. Ugh. It's actually bluish green. If you can see that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that is sort of the background color. So it's like it's actually like a beige.
Yeah, it is. It's actually really close to the one that we have in other parts of this house.
Yeah, it's just 5% off from our dining room.
Yeah. And then obviously most older colors and paints shift over time. Okay, so the next step is that you're going to continue painting. You're going to put some paint, second coat on the red, and some more paint, some paint at all on the ladder. That's becoming blue.
Yes, it is.
And I will focus on, Alfred is supervising. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, YouTube. I'm going to focus on this. We had originally planned for some sort of decorative thingy.
Like a scalloped edge.
Like a scalloped edge. But we've changed our mind since. And we do have some really nice wooden moldings laying around that we could use to sort of cap this thing off with a header. And I'll just make a return over here and a return at the other end. So that'll look nice.
It will.
So I will take the camera, maybe. No, I'll take my camera and you can keep this one.
Thanks.
And I'll head out to the storage section of the house to see what I can find to put up here. I'll just take the measurement of it and get cracking. Let's go. Okay, so I am in one of the wings, and this room is a room of chaos because I have tools and I have material that I can use. So in this case, I need two of these to go onto the top bunk to sort of cap off everything towards or up against the ceiling. So I'll grab those. And then the question becomes, what do we do in terms of a decorative molding? Either we could use this, that could work. That's probably too small. That might be too big, or maybe not. I think we have a winner. I think I'm going to use this because it's big enough to cover it and match the dimensions of the bed. And I think it's small and cute enough to not be oversized. So we'll use that, I think. So I'm just going to chop that up and bring the pieces inside, and we'll glue it up and mount it once we're back inside. How's it going?
Hope I'm done with this soon. This is...
Is it annoying that I'm jetpacking you with the camera?
No, it's actually quite nice. It's cozy.
Family time. We are making strides.
We are.
The detail-oriented person will notice that the ladder is now painted.
Shoo.
It's blue.
Very nice.
And you are painting the cabinets for a second time.
How well these two colors match. Great together.
And now I've put up this. That is as far as we can go on a Sunday afternoon, because now we have to edit. And after we've edited the episode, we have to get outside while we still can, because it's a beautiful day.
It is.
But we've done what?
You painted the ceiling.
Yes.
It's yellow, and it looks superb.
Correct.
The blue and the red is finished. You did some moldings as well. When did you have time to do moldings as well?
I don't know.
And next week we'll be celebrating Easter.
Exactly. And we'll bring you guys along to see how that is done in Sweden. Might be fun. And the week after, it's the wrap-up reveal episode of this room.
Yes.
Because it'll be done by then.
And yeah, we're going to decorate. That's going to be fun.
So much fun. Guys, see you next week.
Happy Easter.